Hi, in this video we're going to take a look at how NLP hypnotherapy and meditation may be able to help you deal with negative emotions, manage your state, better and access and mobilise your resources such that you can take another step towards being the next best version of yourself. Now, fear and anger are closely related. In fact, they are part of the hardwired amygdaloid response, otherwise known as the fight or flight response. There's a perceived threat. If fear is triggered, then you may run away. If anger is triggered, then you may go on the attack. On the other hand, if you can manage your state, then you may stand your ground and make an informed decision on how to best deal with the perceived threat, which could involve running away or fighting or artfully managing the threat. So why do a video on fear and anxiety? Because for the last couple of years, the entire world's population has been driven and manipulated by fear, anxiety, and anger. And if we are to ever create a better world, then now is the time to learn how to clear fear and anxiety, such that you can create an informed decision and build a better future for yourself and your family. So let's use a metaphor. Let fear be represented by a dragon, a fierce, fire-breathing dragon. It's huge, it's scary, and you never know when it could just jump out and attack you. And let's say the mainstream media and social media sites keep showing you scary images of fire-breathing dragons hiding in alleyways and attacking people, fire-breathing dragons rampaging through shopping malls, and the only way to protect yourself is to wear a firefighter's suit. But it's heavy and cumbersome, anyway, but at least you feel safe. What we would be doing, of course, is creating a fairy tale. And a fairy tale has a purpose. It uses metaphor to help you face up to the fire-breathing dragons and access and mobilise your resources such that you learn to move through life with a growing sense of confidence. So now we bring in our hero. The hero can be male or female, gender does not matter. But the characteristics of a hero is that they feel compelled to take some action to fight the dragon. Typically they don't feel worthy. They're just an ordinary guy or girl, but they do take responsibility to fight the dragon. There might be a stage in their life where they go alone into the forest to meditate and practice their fighting skills. They might seek out the advice of an old sage. This is the stage where they turn inwards to access the resources deep in the unconscious mind. So now that they have access and mobilize their resources, they come back into the world looking for the dragon. Whereas before they would have avoided the dragon, now they search out the dragon. So as they move through the villages looking for the dragon, they see a trail of carnage, of death and destruction left by the dragon. People are weeping and crying, running away to find some safety in the hills. But our hero keeps searching for the dragon. And one day he finds the dragon. The dragon is huge and fearsome. The dragon towers over our hero threateningly. The dragon belches massive plumes of flames, but the hero stands his ground. And then something interesting happens. When the dragon sees that the hero is not frightened, he begins to shrink. His fire becomes smaller. The heat becomes cooler. And as the hero stands his ground, just observing the dragon as a dispassionate observer, a new understanding begins to develop within his unconscious mind. He is learning. He does not know what he is learning, but he is learning with a sense of fascination. And before you know it, the dragon has shrunk to the size of a tiny mouse, and it runs away to hide its hole. So, by bringing awareness to the negative emotion with a sense of fascination and with the intent to learn something positive, then a new understanding arises. And by stepping back into the position of a dispassionate observer, the negative emotion disappears, or at the least lessens in direct proportion to the understanding that has arisen. Now, this does not mean that you will never experience fear again. Using the metaphor of the mouse runs away and hides, but given the opportunity, it may become emboldened once again, which is why a meditative approach is very important. That one continues to remain ever vigilant and watch the thoughts that arise in the mind, such that if any negativity should arise, you can bring awareness to it and retain your freedom. So to wind up this video, emotions, whether they be negative or positive, act as motivators or demotivators that direct your behavior. A good question to keep in mind is, do these thoughts serve me? Does this state of mind serve me? Does this feeling serve me? If not, then what thoughts would serve me? What are the thoughts I need to keep in mind such that at the end of the day, I say to myself, this has been the best day of my life ever? If you want to learn more about how to move from the back seat of your life into the driver's seat, and then how to access and mobilize your inner resources and take action towards bringing in the next best version of yourself, then come over and join me on the discussion group on my website. So the link's in the comment section below the video, and I look forward to meeting you. All the best, and see you around.